Gongo.
Wherever there was trouble, you would find Osareme. Her father, Ochuko, was tired of all the trouble his daughter was always getting into, but he consoled himself with the fact that she was only getting into what he calls good trouble. One time, she had gathered soldier ants and put them in the wrappers of the boy that bullied her friend. Despite her inclination to mischief, she was a very kind girl who was always smiling. She helped her dad with chores in the house, sweeping the compound, assisting him in setting his traps, and fetching water from the stream. Osareme lives with her father in a small town with many rivers. Ochuko was a hunter and a farmer who did everything in his power to make his daughter have a very comfortable life. In school, Osareme was very bright, always asking questions. Her inquisitiveness got her the title Little Professor. She never hesitated to ask why, when, or how. This made some people like her and some people envy her. There was a big tree in the middle of the village square. No one was allowed to sit under this tree, not to speak of plucking its fruit. Osareme had been asking everyone she could why this was, but they never gave her a satisfying answer. They kept telling her, "It's the rule. It's our tradition." She didn't want to ask her father because she knew he would not approve of her asking that question. He knew she would be won over by her curiosity, but she couldn't keep it to herself anymore. "Dad, why aren't we allowed to sit or pluck any fruit from the big tree at the village square?" Osareme asked her dad. Ochuko was taken aback by the question. "You know, I have never really thought about it," he confessed. "But why do you think that is?" she pressed. Ochuko took a deep breath, thinking about it. "It could have a spiritual connotation, but I think it's just our tradition. The way I told you not to go near the tree was the same way my parents told me not to go near the tree. So did their parents and their grandparents," he replied. That night, Osareme decided within herself that there was no point in the rule. Her reason was that if it was very important, an entire town wouldn't forget about it. Important things aren't lost to time. The first thing she did the next morning was to pluck a fruit from the tree. As she came down from the tree attempting to run away, she was caught by some villagers who came out early to sweep the marketplace in preparation for the day. They screamed in disbelief and took her to the palace. An abomination has been committed. It cost her father a lot of money to resolve the matter. He single-handedly provided all the materials needed for the village's chief priest to conduct a purification and appease the gods of the land. Ochuko was very cross with Osareme, and she was constantly asking him to forgive her. The villagers were also very displeased with her, and some of her friends stopped talking to her for a short while. Some time had passed, and her father and the rest of the villagers had forgiven her. Osareme's wrongdoing was now a thing of the past, and she was rather on her best behavior. One afternoon, she went to get water from the stream. After she filled up her clay pot, she was about to leave when she saw a girl her age. She waved at the girl, and the girl waved back. "Hi, my name is Osareme. What's yours?" Osareme asked. "My name is Omono," the new girl replied. "I haven't seen you before and I know everyone here," Osareme said. "Yes, my family and I are from another village. We are new here," Omono replied, and they left the stream together. Osareme and Omono became really close friends who did everything together. They were both very intelligent and they perfectly complemented each other. Where Osareme was bold, Omono was timid. Where Osareme would act on impulse, Omono would be level-headed. One day, as they were eating roasted corn at the back of Omono's hut, Osareme was unusually quiet, and Omono noticed this. "Are you doing okay, Osa?" she asked. Yes, I am, Osareme replied, munching on roasted corn. It's a lie. You are lying, Omono said. After some time, Osareme sat up, eyes bright with mischief. There's this river they said no one should go to. Not to swim or fetch water, she said. Okay, and? Omono asked, worried. And I want us to go and see it, Osareme said. There's no way we are doing something as dangerous as that, Omono said, getting up. They had a long back and forth, but somehow Osareme was able to convince Omono. You promise we'll just look and not enter? Omono asked. I promise, Osareme said. The next day, when they were going to the stream, they took the path that leads to the forbidden river. The trees here were very tall and the bushes were very thick. Just as Omono was about to ask them to leave, they heard the gushing river. It was so beautiful, with many beautiful flowers and colorful birds. As they admired the beauty, they saw two children who were also around their age, a boy and a girl. What are you doing here? Osareme asked. We snuck away to come see the river. It's so beautiful, the boy said. They admired the river's beauty together in silence. They all played at the bank of the river, giggling and laughing. Omono went to find a good twig to draw patterns on the sand with. When she returned, she saw the other two kids leading Osareme into the river. She screamed Osareme's name, and Osareme woke up from her hypnotic state. Osareme took one step back in fear. Wait, what are your names? She asked. The two kids started turning slowly. When they turned to face her, their eyes were glowing red. Osareme quickly pushed them into the water and started running back to meet Omono. When they looked back at the river, they saw two very huge snakes thrashing about, and then they ran away. When they ran out of the river path, they found out it was almost nighttime. They bumped into the search party that was formed to look for them. They recounted their experience to the people present, and everyone shouted. They were told that they were lucky to still be alive, that if they had entered the water, that would have been the end of them. They were seriously scolded before being led home. After that day, Osareme learned a very big lesson on disobedience. If Omono hadn't been there, she would have been no more. After that day, she promised herself not to be disobedient again, because disobedience has only ever brought trouble to her.
Gongo.